Hi guys, Trozo Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 3 of season 3 of Once Upon a Time. Let's get into it.
Hey, you need a break?
No, I'm good.
In this heat, you shouldn't overtax yourself.
Oh, so you need a break.
Says the one not telling something about being
good.
poisoned.
David Nolan let himself go.
Does it look like he let himself go? It's the camp. Pan's moving it.
Oh.
He's playing tricks on us.
If Pan's camp keeps moving, how are we gonna find Henry?
I don't like apples.
He doesn't like apples.
It's a family thing.
Yeah.
It's for a kind of game. A really fun game.
No.
I call it target practice.
Great, he has to put it on his head. Tinkerbell! Or whatever her name is! Oh.
Who's this?
His
Married
son?
men come in all sizes. It's my son, Roland. I know how to get to Neverland.
To his son?
I know how to get to Henry.
She might even have some pixie dust left. Perhaps we could fly in.
You mean fairy dust?
No, pixie dust. It's stronger, like nuclear fairy dust.
Wait, a fairy.
Tinkerbell?
Yeah.
Oh, you know her?
Every kid in the world knows her.
It's a bad idea. I don't want to have a future that looks like
Like
you.
Feeling a little persecuted, I'll be, Your Majesty.
Well, why shouldn't I? I'm the queen, but practically a prisoner, with a husband whose heart is still with his dead wife and his insipid daughter.
Jess! What are you doing?
Giving you a second chance.
You were saved by Tinkerbell? And why was Tinkerbell here?
I've never seen pixie dust fail. It will find you your perfect match. If you let it, it will find your happy ending.
My happy ending looks like Snow's head on a plate.
No. Aren't you at least curious? What if I can do what I say?
Well, then I'd say that's real magic.
Well, I'm a fairy. You might want to try believing in me.
So how will this go wrong?
I bet you and I combined are strong enough to overpower Pan. Look, I know you don't like this plan. Let's just see it through. Let's at least see
I
if we
think
can
the
find
two of them and
Tinkerbell.
Henry, the three of
And
them.
you think it's the best plan because your boyfriend came up with it? My boyfriend? Hook? What's your problem?
She just lost Neil.
If she looks good, is his aim good?
Doesn't matter. You're the one doing the shooting.
But I don't want to shoot.
I better shoot you. Huh?
Told you it was exhilarating. Come on. I have something to show you.
Damn, Henry.
The arrow barely nicked me.
Barely.
I'm sorry, mate.
Know how long?
Days, weeks at most.
There has to be
You won't see
something.
Summer. It's a really bad break. You might want to tell her.
No.
Well, you have to.
I'm sorry, this is giving me mosquito vibes. Oh, wow.
And I can't believe you want me to ignore someone who needs help. It's not very fairy-like.
I will be the judge of what is fairy-like.
But
No discussion. Until further notice, you are to remain here and continue your training under my direct supervision. Understood?
Yes, Blue.
Yeah, thought so. Bye!
At worst, something goes wrong and a demonic shadow carries him through a portal to the nastiest person you
I don't
ever
want to see the
met.
shadow again.
Robin, I have to get there. When she was sick, your wife, how did she live so she could have your boy?
You know how.
My father, he saved her. And your son.
Ah,
It's better if we never see one another. And if you don't find her, keep going. Just get Henry. Don't worry about Tinkerbell. What the hell did you do to her? What I always do.
Pixie dust doesn't lie.
Wait,
Come
isn't
on.
that...
This is your chance at love and happiness.
Let's just wait and see.
Fresh start, no baggage. You can let go of all the anger that weighs you down. Go get him.
Okay.
That guy really looked like Robin Hood.
Come and get me, Tinkerbell.
You think you're so smart, but you're all gonna fail.
What the hell, did you just blow on her?
The real question is, why does she have a ladder? Fairies have wings.
You guys, I found something.
Because she isn't a fairy anymore.
It's a handkerchief.
That's Regina's. How did it get here? She was tracking us, watching Regina. But if she's been watching her...
Yeah.
We're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Regina.
Yeah.
You don't have magic. But I do. How the hell did you get like this?
I met you.
What about me? I stole for you. And for nothing. I'm in big trouble.
As I said, you're a terrible fairy.
Ooh.
You want to kill me? I can make it easier.
What do you...
You want to kill me? Well, don't let the poison do it. You should do it.
Jesus, Regina.
Give me a chance.
You can't. For one simple, tragic reason. I no longer believe in you.
Ooh. Eek. Even worse than the parents saying they're disappointed in you.
You're right, I never went in. I was afraid. I didn't... You said I could let go of the anger that was weighing me down, and suddenly it felt like without it, I would just float away. I picked revenge over hope. And you're holding the result. Small, hard, dark heart. If you make the same choice I did, then what you're looking at is your own future.
I won't kill you. But I won't help you either. Besides, it's probably too late. He's been with him too long.
Already? No.
Take a look and you know why I'm so sure you're the hero magic has been waiting for.
Oh.
I don't believe you.
You remind me of your father.
Jesus. Ah, not again. Ah! Yo, 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 yo. Not sure how that works, but thanks. Whoop.
If you'd care to put your considerable skills to use, there's a place for you among my merry men. You'd be the first woman. I hope that's no deterrent.
I've been in that position before. There's someone I need to talk to before it's too late.
A loved one.
We shall see. Why are you smiling at me? I can tell you were bursting with news, but so am I. You are.
The same kind of news?
Philip and I are expecting a baby.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think she was counting on that. Oh shit.
Excellent news.
While your heart is shattering in 1,000 pieces?
I'm joining Robin Hood's band.
What? Can you get us inside his compound?
Maybe. Why should I help you?
Because I believe in you.
Just get us inside and we'll take care of things from there.
And what's in it for me? Other than a death sentence from Pan when you're gone with your boy.
You can come with us.
That's right. Home.
Uh-oh. Henry, what? Just continue ignoring that. You don't need to look at it. You don't need to look at it. Just. Why are you rolling that, mate? You weren't supposed to see. Don't. Woo.
But how is it selfish?
Because you didn't just ruin your life.
Yes.
You ruined his.
Welcome.
Of course, yes, it's him. As usual, a lot has happened, and we got to see Tinkerbell. I was wondering, you know, I did think she would show up at some point. But I wasn't too sure what to expect. I was like, is it going to be like an evil fairy something, you know, at Pen's side? But no, actually not. And she isn't even a fairy anymore. Her past is linked to Regina's. I did not expect that, you know, the reason for them to have this, I guess, fight is that Regina didn't have the courage to set through and see her true love. I'm not sure about the fairy though. I don't know. I do think Regina was being very mean, I would say, against the fairy and telling her, you know, that she's a bad fairy, she sucks at it. But to be honest, it's kind of right though. I'm not sure what that makes me, but I don't know, something bothered me that. Okay, one thing, I'm happy that the fairy wants to help out, and Tinkerbell didn't, and contrary to like the blue fairy and the other fairies, she didn't want to give up on Regina. She still wanted to help her out. She still believed, you know, that Regina's capable of having a happy ending. So that's good. Like, thanks. But you're taking these risks yourself. You're making the decision to steal pixie dust, to not listen to the blue fairy, even though she's like your boss, the boss fairy. You make all these decisions, and expect Regina, you know, to be worth it if Regina is gonna step in and meet this true love, and everything will be alright. Yeah, Regina got scared. And I understand why she got scared, and I understand her reasoning. You know, if anger is the only thing that keeps you together, then the thought about not having it anymore, I can see that. I can see that you would fear completely falling apart. So I feel like the Tinkerbell was definitely very naive. You know, if you knew what Regina went through, and if you know that everyone is kind of like, oh no, just stay away from her, did you really think it would be that easy? Did you really think that? Did you really think... I don't know. I think if she sticked around a little bit longer, maybe then. Maybe eventually. So yeah, I do feel bad for Tinkerbell, but I also feel like I should feel even more bad for her, which I don't. But I did like the scenes between Tinkerbell and Regina. I also really appreciated the scene between Regina and Emma. We don't really have a lot of scenes where they're, you know, not mad at each other or screaming at each other. I don't know. I like that. Definitely. I don't know, this little... Okay, Regina wasn't willing to share exactly what happened. But at least that, like, an grown adult conversation about it. Charmy, I'm frustrated with Charmy. I just really wish you will just tell him. Tell everyone. Well, at least, you know, Snow and Emma. I don't know. I just hate it when characters are hiding stuff. Especially, you know, don't get me wrong, everyone should have their own price and all that. But this is different. You're hurt. You're about to die. You're fatally wounded. Tell them. Are you really not giving them the chance to... I don't know. Like, what if, I don't think that will happen. What if in Bizarro World we wouldn't end up finding a solution? What if you're really gonna die? Which, again, I don't think it's gonna happen. But what if? Are you really gonna wait until the end? Until you, like, have a few more breaths left? How are they supposed to say goodbye then? I'm really hoping he's gonna tell them. Come on now. But I don't think he's gonna die. I can't say I'm worried about it at the moment. Surprised that Neil is already in Neverland. I was wondering if that was gonna maybe take like half the season, but no. He actually is already in Neverland. Not in the greatest position, but at least he made it. I'm still very scared of the Shadow. Whoever designed that. I mean, I kind of want to give him a raise, but also like, no. The plan, I really thought it would go wrong. I thought that Robin Hood's... I keep wanting to say Robin Hood. It's Robin Hood. Robin Hood's... or maybe I should just say Robin. Robin's son would be taken away, but luckily it didn't happen. Thank you, Mulan, for stepping in. Speaking of Mulan, I'm a little bit like, wait, what? Turns out that Mulan, she was saying that, oh, she has to, you know... talk to a loved one, and I was like, wait, who are you talking about? My first thought was Philip, Prince Philip, right? Because as in the previous season, Aurora said, you know, that, oh, you have, she was like, oh, don't you think I know your feelings for Philip, and both wanted to, you know, give their own lives to save Philip, blah blah. So I was like, okay, Prince Philip, I guess, but I mean, we haven't really seen him. Yeah, okay, he wasn't in frame, of course, but he hasn't really done anything so far. Like, oh great, he's back, but that's about it. Then when he was talking about the love one, but then we switched to Aurora, and I was like, wait, okay, but still, not really okay. And then when she was going to her, I was like a little bit like, and then eventually, when she's like, I have to tell you something, and she was asking about, you know, Prince Philip, and she was like, no, I have to say this to you. It took me until then before I was like, wait a minute, wait a freaking minute, wait, hold up. Like, I can be very blind with shit like that, but like, Mulan is in love with Aurora? When did that start exactly? I'm confused. I mean, I did feel for her when we literally saw her heart being broken in 1,000 pieces. So she is in love with Aurora, but Aurora is pregnant. Yeah, pregnant of Philip. And now, because of that, Mulan is gonna join Robin. What a freaking mess. I know some things about messes. To be fair, things can be very confusing. I don't think I've said this before, so if you're not interested in personal anecdotes, feel free to skip ahead. Yeah, love can be very confusing, especially if you're a kid. Because I remember, and this is very long ago. Okay, how can I say this without giving like a speech of like 5,000 hours? Okay, so as most of you know, I'm bisexual, but it took me a very long time before I was, I guess, able to admit that to myself, and then a little bit longer to, I guess, come out, I would say. But even though that I was in denial for a very long time, obviously I still got like crushes on like girls, or I guess you could say fell in love with girls, but I was very much in denial about it. You know, even if I had, I would say, questionable wallpapers, you know, I was like, oh, everyone does that, you know. Not really. But I remember, is it elementary school? I don't know, like when I was 9 or 10, my best friend at the time and I, we were both in love with the same boy. And this guy really took advantage of that. Like, a lot of times he just, I guess he kind of enjoyed that we were both fighting over him. It was such a mess. And you know, it wasn't really that good for a friendship, I would say. Of course, you know, it was kind of a mess. Like, sometimes we were just like having the greatest time ever, and other times I was getting mad because he was more interested in her, and then there was a day where he was more interested in me, and then she was mad at me. It was a whole mess, and eventually both of us were sick of it, and we were like, oh yeah, okay, he's just playing with our feelings. This is ridiculous. We were like 9 or something. This is stupid. 9 or 10. And so we were both like, you know, screw him. So we decided to just ignore him, which he really didn't like. But the point of my story is that eventually, I'm still not sure how the hell it happened, but eventually, I'm not gonna share all the details, but we ended up, kissing, of course, you know, secretly, and which was very confusing. But I remember that we weren't really talking, but I remember that we both were like, wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. Were we both angry at each other because we were jealous because, you know, we wanted him? Or were we jealous because we actually wanted each other? I'm not even sure why I'm sharing this, but the thing is, we had like a very short thing, but unfortunately, and that's on me, I was so in denial, and at the time, you know, I was also on Catholic boarding school, and the thing is, I felt very frightened, and I started to be in denial myself, and it didn't take long before I kind of pretended that nothing happened between us, and after a while she gave up and I guess we went platonic again, I would say. So it's, what I want to say, it can be very messy. So I'm kind of like, wait, what just happened here with Milan and Aurora? But at the same time, I kind of have to think back about my messy whatever years. I can't believe that by, like, can you even call it a love life at a time, at an age like that? I don't know. Love life was way more exciting when it was like 9, while now it's non-existent. What happened, man? But yeah, that kind of reminded me of this. So, I do think it's definitely interesting, but I'm not sure about how they build this up. Maybe I have to rewatch it, but again, I can be very blind with you know, when characters are falling for each other. Sometimes it takes me ages to see it. There have been so many shows where I'm like, I don't get it. They have like no romantic feelings for each other. And then my sister watches the same show and she's like, are you freaking for real? Like, literally the first episode, this and that and that. I'm like, oh, lol. Oh god, no wonder I'm so bad with this. But yeah, that's definitely, you know, I have to admit, I'm not sure about the build-up, but I do think it definitely instantly makes me more invested into Milan and Aurora, because I've said it time and time again, I do find them a little bland. And I wasn't too sure about the cast of Aurora. Like, I like the actors and the tutors, but I wasn't too sure about all of this. So there were times where I was a little annoyed with Mulan, but mostly I was just like, they're not really giving me something. So this definitely makes me at least interested in what they're going to do and how it will develop. So I'm wondering, you know, how that will go. Why do I always share so many things? Oh my god. Okay, then let's continue. Then with yeah, the fact that Robin Hood is Regina's true love? I don't know, I did not expect that. I'm still like, okay, I know she wasn't the best fairy, but I'm assuming the pixie dust did the job. So yeah, he was, you know, he is her true love, but wow, I don't know, I'm kind of, I don't know, I kind of wondering how that will go as well. How I want them to meet, but I'm not sure how and when. I don't think for like now, maybe the second half. I still have to get to know Robin a little bit better, but I mean, he's likable, but other than that, I don't really have that many thoughts of him other than, you know, he's likable. And of course, I didn't want his son to get snatched, so great. But I'm feeling we're gonna get him to know better, as Milan as well. But yeah, I'm still surprised with Robin Hood. I'm still surprised with that. I mean, I'm not sure about the wound his life part though. Yes, he lost someone that he loved. But would you say that his life is wound? Yeah, it's horrible, of course, tragic, of course. But all things considered, he seems to be quite happy with his son and with his friends, you know, and being part of. Well, I forgot the name, but now Milana is a member as well. So that's a little bit harsh. Then Neil and Emma, again, I don't ship them. I would understand why you would ship them, and I like both characters. But I don't know. I just don't feel. I'm not really feeling them getting back together or something. I don't know. I'm not really feeling that. But I don't think I would mind it. I don't think it would, you know, deter from my enjoyment. But I can't say like I'm actively rooting for them to get together. I mean, yeah, I felt for Neil, and of course, if he wants to be with her, he should tell her. You know, you should tell it. Tell it. What? It? Her? But yeah, I'm not really rooting for them to be together, but I am rooting for them to be reunited, and hopefully he and Emma can both, you know, not just the two of them, but he, Emma, and the group, you know, and Regina can save Henry, and then we could all be a happy family. I can wish. Yeah, alright. That was quite a mess again. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.